Out here, the truth isn't just out there, it's served fresh. Experience the classified craving. The mothership, exclusively at the crash site. If you can find us.
The incredible ad you just saw was created completely by AI. Every single frame was generated by AI. But here's the catch. Making videos, even with AI, kind of feels like a full-time job. You have to babysit the generation, you're going to type in your brand colors like 50 times, and you're going to try to piece it all together, all the hope that it doesn't mess up. But today that ends, I'm going to show you an AI agent that can actually think, remember, and execute alongside you. It is absolutely wild because everything you just saw was really me uploading a brand documentation and a commercial script, and it literally made the rest. As always, I will have a link in the description below, but today we are looking at Invideo.io. When you sign in, you're going to have autopilot and agent mode. We're going to enable agent mode, agent 1, and from here, we're going to actually hit the plus. We're going to actually upload our brand document and our commercial script, and we're going to add a prompt here that goes in depth of what we're actually looking for. Now, the brand document, I actually want to go through this with you because it is really cool that you can actually upload a document like this, and it will follow everything in the document. So you can see here, this document outlines the entire brand guidelines for our entire restaurant called the Crash Site. It's a concept restaurant near Area 51, and we can see the location and settings, and we go into detail of exactly what our restaurant will look like. So it is in absolute isolation. There's no neighboring buildings, no roads, just one single restaurant. And then if we go down, we can actually see the appearance. So we have our architecture, so it's like a classic 1950s with that like metallic roof. And then you can actually see the materials, which is high polished chrome, paneling, brushed aluminum, and expensive curved glass window. You can see that we have signage, a 40-foot twisted weathered metal pylon that looks gathered from debris, and we need a sign that says the Crash Site. And if we keep going down, we can see we have the interior design. So we have our floors and walls. So our classic diner checkerboard floor. We added the lighting, the jukebox, and we even added our menu concept. So you can see like the signature burger, what it looks like, what it's going to have. We have abduction sauce on it. So this is an entire guideline for our brand, for our company. We have our color palette with exact text colors that we want, and we even have the type of voice and brand rules for our entire business. Now imagine you have your business, you have your entire documentation. You can actually take it all, upload it to Agent 1. It will read everything that's in there and use it to create whatever you want. I even added some concept artwork for it to understand, so you can see like our different images. And this is nighttime, as you can see. And then I have even added in some daytime versions of the same thing and added some like details as to what it would look like. So you can kind of see everything. There's our burger. There is everything in the Crash Site documentation. And here is the commercial script. So this is the script for our commercial. It's about 30 seconds long. We have all our different scenes that it's going to go through, and you can kind of see what it all looks like. So basically the whole idea is it's going to start from the clouds. It's going to go in. It's going to show the exterior, go into the interior. The lady's going to be there. She can walk towards the camera, bring a burger, plop it down, and that's what we're going for. Very similar to what you saw at the beginning of this video. But you can see I broke it all down by scenes. And literally all I did is export those two files as PDFs, uploaded them here, and then I added this prompt here to create a 30-second cinematic photorealistic commercial for the Crash Site. And I added a little prompt as to what we are looking for to reinforce what we want. It is that simple. We're going to hit go, we're going to hit new project, and we're going to give it a name. Now, Agent 1 works with these little agents, and we can give the first one a name, and this will be our main agent. And we can hit next. We're going to see a screen that looks like this. On the left, we can see a chat. So it said, hey, who am I and who are you? And I said, your name is the main agent and I am in charge. Got it. And here is the prompt I put in. You can actually see it is starting to process the files, process the script, the brand document. It's going to go through everything that we have. What is really cool is on the right here, we can actually expand this out and we can see we can add additional agents to do additional work as we're going along. So maybe we want to add a new agent for it to do additional work, so we can have multiple of these agents working at once. As you can see, this isn't just another AI generator. This is a full AI agent that will work with you. It's a creative collaborator. This is massive because you're no longer prompting. You can upload your briefs, it'll read it, lock it in, and from this second forward, every single decision the AI makes, it will filter through your brand rules, through what you're actually looking for. So you can actually add stuff like no AI looking humans, and you want the characters to have natural skin textures, so they'll all look real. You can add things like no plastic looking textures, so materials actually have to reflect reality. And if you notice, I even put in this one here where I don't want the food to look perfect. Although, to be fair, most food ads, the food does look perfect, which is misleading. No modern sci-fi tropes, no cheerful sitcom lighting. So you can put in what you want and what you don't want within your commercial, within your text that you want it to generate. You don't have to write anything complex. You're just basically talking to the agent back and forth to perform the task, perform the commercial that you're looking for. Agent 1 will pick the best AI model for the job, write the technical prompt out itself, and then generate whatever it needs. So our main agent is working away, and you can see here it has some questions for us, like what is the final aspect ratio that we're looking for? So do we want this to be for like YouTube, a short, and we're going to go with cinematic. We can pick out the final resolution, so we can hit 1080p. We can even go up to 2K if we choose. And then for the script calls for a deep, smooth male voiceover, how do you want to handle it? I'll provide one myself, or we can even do something else and just talk to it. It asks for the music and sound, and I said, can you generate one for us? And you're going to see here the agent is going to go through and start working away. Meanwhile, I have added another agent using the same exact workflow I just showed you, but this one is called the logo outro. So I said, here, can you make a quick 4-second video outro for my brand? And again, it's going to ask for the same exact kind of questions. I want that neon buzz plus hum, and it's going to work on the little outro video. So I can actually piece this outro video back with our main video at the end, or I can use this for like something completely different. Maybe I want to work on a vertical version at the same time that I'm working on a horizontal YouTube version. Like I said, you can have multiple agents working to make your life a little easier, to work a little fast. So Invideo Agent 1 is continuing to work away. We talked a lot about the left side here. That's our chat going back and forth. On the right, you can see we have tasks, and they're just kind of going through. You can see the little loading progress. And then at the top, we have some tabs. So you can see the first image is being generated here. Our main agent is working away. We can see the context of our project. So you can actually see the brief that we uploaded, some rules. We have different things that will fill up over time. And then at this tab here, we have all our different contexts, the project, all the different artifacts that we have uploaded. And this will work exactly the same for each agent. So each agent has access to all the different assets, everything that's going on. You can see this one is also generating an image, and you can even see the agent is saying, hey, based on the brief, we have the foundation of what we're looking for. So it's starting to generate all of these different images as a base. So our waitress, for example, looks like this, and you can see it's generated like a close-up face, the front, the back, left, and right profile, and you can even see her name, the age. It has this entire card for her. And then on the right side, you can see here, we can approve it, we can reject, we can select and edit, we can download. So we can say, okay, this one's good. Let's approve this image. Inside of the diner, this is what we have. This is what it's looking like. Again, we can say, okay, I want to approve this. I like this one. This does look really cool. Inside, the little UFO looking thing at the top, I love the inside. I love the counter and the ceiling. It looks awesome. And here's the outside of our diner. And this is how this one looks. Again, I can hit approve. If you notice, the 4-second neon outro is here as well, and it's literally used the same exact image. So this is the image from our diner, and this is the top called the Crash Site Diner. So while the agent is working away, we can also have follow agent, so we can see exactly what it's doing as it's doing it, and we can blow this up full screen. So now the agent, as it works, it's just going to jump around and follow whatever it's doing. The last asset I haven't showed you yet is the burger. And before I show you the burger, I actually want to show you what our documentation has, what the brand documentation has. So it's a massive triple patty smash burger with melted cheese, and it's going to be wrapped in a foil paper printed to look like classified, heavy redacted government documentation with black bars over text. So if we come back here, just want to show you, we have our classified, the craft site. This looks really, really good. It looks really good, but I want to select and edit, and I just want to change this drink here. I can select the glass, add a comment like the UFO looks too fake, and hit submit. If you notice, it's going to start processing and modifying this image with just the part that I sent through. It says, hey, I agree, it does look too fake. It looks like a toy. Do you want to swap it out? I said, hey, just make it a metal glass, and you're going to see that it's going to actually start working on this, so we can improve this last image and get going to the rest of our commercial. And now we can see our new version. We have our metal cup. I think this looks better. We're going to hit mark as approved, and we can go back. Everything has been approved. And if you notice, we have 6.1 here. So I'm just going to put it in the chat. It all looks good. Just make sure you're using 6.1 instead of 5.1, and we can hit send. So the agent is going to go back to work. We can see here the main agent is thinking. It's going to start piecing together everything it needs to build our commercial. Now, I want to come back to the logo outro for a second because this one is all done, and you can see it has built our little outro. So it started with the single image that was used in the exterior shot, and now we have a little video that looks like this with audio and everything, and it looks awesome. So as you can see, the ability to multitask is really easy to do. It even asks us, hey, do we want to tweak anything? Do we want to change the flicker timing, the pulse and speed, or do we want to spin it off into a 9:16 cut for real? Just by talking to Invideo's agent, we have the ability to change our YouTube horizontal video into a short form content. After putting in this prompt saying, hey, it all looks good, make sure you're using 6.1 instead of 5.1, you're going to see here, it's going to start generating the audio for different scenes. So you can actually see down here, it's generating our videos, it's generating the audio. It is using ElevenLabs for voice design. It's using ElevenLabs for instrumental. It is doing all these things in parallel. We have 3 different voices we can pick from. As long as we click one, you're going to see voices come up. And now we can choose the voice we want.
Out here, the truth isn't just out there. Out here, the truth isn't just out there. Out here, the truth isn't just out there.
We're going to go with voice 3. It sounds really good. We're going to give it a name, and we're going to hit save voice. And that's the voice that it's going to actually use. And if you notice, it gives us choice, which is really cool. And if you scroll up, we have tracks, and it's the same type of idea. We can click it, and we can see what it's generated. Okay, the tracks are good, and we're just waiting for the scenes to generate now. And you'll notice on the chat itself, in the bottom left, it also tells you, hey, pick the voice you want to clone for different things. We can hit finalize. We can save them as different names as well. If you notice, everything is following the brand documentation I had in the beginning, as well as the commercial script. There is no guesswork, and as I mentioned, you can tell it really is a creative collaborator. So it works with me based off what I'm looking for, based off what I need. We have the first scene done, we have the first video, you can see what it looks like. And now we're just going to sit back and relax and wait for the other scenes to generate. We can always go through, make changes along the way, and eventually we end up with a really cool looking commercial. Now I want to talk about time and how long it took to make this commercial. Obviously I've edited down this video for YouTube for you guys, but in terms of real time, the whole entire process from creating the commercial on Agent 1 took under an hour and a half. You can see when it's done, it generates all the different video clips for us. We can see all of them. If it can't process it, it doesn't even take credits from you, which I like. I hate websites. I hate AI that takes credit for failed generation. But you can see it says, hey, it failed, and then it realized it failed and actually went through and regenerated, and it follows everything that we wanted within our documentation. So on the left here, it says, hey, it's gone through, it's made all the different tracks, it's a wrap, everything looks good. And then it basically says, hey, one call from you, and I'll turn the whole entire thing into commercial, reading your script, reading your lines, adding in the audio, adding everything in together to make the entire thing. It did ask which voice you want, and it's going to go through again. It's going to make sure it's going to reference the brief that we uploaded. It's going to reference the commercial files. It's going to always make sure everything is synced and makes sense according to your documentation. And we end up with a final cut where it pieced everything together together, and that's what I showed you at the start of this video. Invideo Agent 1 is really cool. It removes the bottleneck of prompt engineering. It lets you move at the speed of your business without dropping any of your branding, and it follows exactly what you want. Whether you're an agency, doing marketing, creating something creative, or a freelancer, or someone shipping a real product, make a really cool looking commercial in under an hour and a half. If you want access to Invideo Agent 1, I will have a link in the description below, as well as a pinned comment. You can also comment in video, and I will share a link with you so you can get access to this really cool agent. I'd love to know what you think, because it is so easy to use, and I can just quickly go to the chat and say, hey, I want to make this change, make that change. It understands, and it can do it all for me. If you enjoy AI, don't forget to subscribe, like the video. It tells the algorithm you enjoy this type of content and you want to see more of it. And don't forget Invideo in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time with another AI video.
Right there, AI tools, AI news, AI prompts you can use. It's all for free, just come and see at FranklinAI.com, where you're meant to be.